Our vision is to create the age of oneness. Now, what does that mean? It means that we want people and humanity to think and function from a state of oneness. If you looked or if you observe humanity's thinking, most of the time, I would say 90+% of the time, it is a thinking that is driven by divisiveness and separation. Unfortunately, you can see that happening within families. You can see that happening between couples, between children and parents, between business owners, business partners, business leaders and their colleagues, their subordinates, political leaders, everyone. The entire humanity, if you look at their thinking, the thinking is driven from a state of divisiveness and from a state of separation. Now, this thinking has to fundamentally change. Only when this thinking changes towards oneness, we are not talking about bringing all religions together. We are not talking about bringing all cultures and all races, all nationalities together. No, we are not talking about that. What we are talking about is a fundamental shift in human thinking itself. That thinking has to become a oneness thinking. We need business leaders who can think from a oneness state. We need business leaders who can think from a oneness perspective. We need political leaders whose thinking process is oneness. We need families whose thinking process is oneness. Not divisiveness, not separation, which are mostly driven by judgments, by conditioning, by your own traumas, and by your own fears. But you will need to conquer all this and ultimately land in the state of oneness to have a very beautiful life. We are all one. This is proven. But yet we feel separate. Yet we feel divided. And yet there is so much of suffering. So our vision is to create people who can learn to live in a beautiful state as a first step, and then ultimately move towards enlightenment into a state of oneness. Enlightenment is that state where no problem can cause fear in you. Enlightenment is that state where no challenge can cause anger in you. Enlightenment is that state where you are in complete peace with yourself. There is no agitation. There is no rush. There is no hurry. There is no restlessness to keep doing something or the other. It is a very profound state where you are totally connected with whatever you're doing. If it is eating, you're connected to eating. If it is talking to your friend, you're connected to talking to that friend. If it is spending time with your children, you're totally connected to your children. Not worrying about your business, worrying about your cell phone, what messages are coming, who is calling me, who is texting me. It is an unbelievably powerful state where you are connected to the universal intelligence. The division and separation between you and the divine is gone. Where the universal intelligence is flowing through you effortlessly. Where you're opening the doors for miracles to happen. Where you're opening the doors for synchronicities to happen in your life. And we see this happen so much. The first step is to learn to live in a beautiful state. If you can learn to make decisions not from anger, from peace, it's a great step forward. If you can learn to make decisions from courage and not from fear, it is a great step forward. If you can learn to make decisions from love and not hurt, it is a great step forward. So if you can learn to start living in a beautiful state and start making your decisions from that state, that is a great achievement. To actually be in that state. Our vision is to create 8 million people who must learn to live in a beautiful state. We want to create 80,000 people who will live in enlightened states. And we want to create 8,000 knowers who have discovered their purpose, dharma in their life. One of the most important aspects of life is your dharma. Dharma means purpose. What is the purpose of my life? Why am I here? What am I doing? How many of you have this question? Yes, every one of you will have this question. Purpose is not borrowed purpose from somebody else. Somebody told you to do this, therefore you're doing it. No, that is not purpose. Role modeling is not purpose. Oh, I need to copy that guy and just do like what he's doing. It's completely different. It is something that your heart awakens to. It is something that you are totally connected to, and there is no fear that is driving it. There is no sense of wanting everyone to see who you are. That's not driving it. Dharma is awakening to your purpose in life. We believe when people become enlightened and when these numbers are achieved, a phase transition will happen. What is a phase transition? A phase transition is where when a certain percentage of humanity learns to live in a particular way, it has its profound impact on the rest of the humanity. When a certain percentage of humanity learns to live in a beautiful state, it will have a profound impact on the rest of the humanity. When a certain percentage of people learn to live in an enlightened state, that will have a profound impact on the rest of the humanity. When a certain percentage of achievers awaken to dharma, it will have a profound impact on the rest of the achievers. When a certain percentage of leaders become enlightened, it will have a profound impact on the rest of the leaders in the world.